The Holy Spirit does actually work, right? But it's the Holy Spirit of liberalism. It's not actually the Holy Spirit of the Catholic Church,
Yeah,
because it's the
that's a
Holy
nice way
Spirit
to put it.
Milan ou Tripoli, Vilnius ou Benghazi, Paris, Moscou, on fait le bunga, bunga, Bangkok ou Bogota, Le Caire ou Jakarta, Gustabia, on fait le bunga, bunga, Stockholm ou Monaco, ou Montevideo, Oslo, Tokyo, on fait le bunga, bunga.
There's one thing we know for certain about Conclave, the new movie about a fictional papal election. Whatever awards nominations come the way of its big name stars, the biggest name of all on the credits definitely won't be awarded an Oscar, because that star is the location, the Vatican, and beyond that, the stunning showstopper of the city of Rome itself. This from the august Catholic publication, The Tablet, not to be confused with the Jewish publication called simply Tablet. But there you go. We're talking about the seat of true and ultimate power, Rome and the Vatican.
Well,
Hi,
yeah,
guys.
if you're Dan Brown, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's where all the mystery happens. How are we doing?
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm drinking a glass of red wine, not my normal Coca-Cola when we record, because it is the time of the year, Christmas, not to just to celebrate religion, but also to to drink every day in December, if you so choose to do.
Well, I'm drinking yerba mate in honor of our Argentinian Pope. So
Yeah, Chateauneuf
Yeah.
de Pape in honor of the 13th century popes, the real popes, the good popes.
I'm drinking Bordeaux in honor of firstly of finishing my latest book. I sent the revised manuscript back to the publishers today.
Congratulations.
Woo!
Thank
I'll put in the
you.
sound effects.
After some significant delays, not that significant, but delays in any case. So anyway, so yes, so viewers, listeners will also hopefully forgive or indulge the very large glass of Bordeaux, not the usual Coca-Cola, because that's normally my tipple of choice for recording.
The book is a sort of follow up to Rich Dad Poor Dad called White Philip Black Philip, isn't it?
It's just called Black Philip.
Just Black Philip, okay. It's an Afro-pessimist novel, auto-confessional, auto-fiction novel called Black Philip.
Written from the perspective of a 17th century American goat. I mean, if you've seen the film or listened to previous episodes, you'll get this reference. Otherwise, you'll think that we've had several glasses of wine already, but we haven't.
Yeah, well, it's a film. It's a film night tonight, and it is a reference to The Witch, which is a great film, which also actually can, and I'm sure listeners and viewers will appreciate this. It can also be linked to Brexit, actually, because
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. No, I'm shocked at you saying that. I would never expect.
I know you are. I know, and it is a surprise, but it's actually true. Because what is great about The Witch, obviously, is that it is in fact about the search for freedom. That the English people's tremendous search for freedom that took them to the New World, seeking religious liberty, that takes the family and the witch outside of the palisade looking for freedom. And, it's the kind of the question mark at the end is, without giving any spoilers away, is whether the protagonist finds freedom in the arms of Black Philip. She did, obviously.
Was Brexit worth it?
Was Brexit worth it? It definitely was with Black Philip. So
I'm reading Octavio Paz's work on history of Mexico, which is like amazing, the kind of labyrinth of solitude. It's a series of essays on Mexican history. It kind of points out about recently independent Latin American nations, which maintained this kind of, which were led by a kind of, the Creole aristocracy, which is a discussion which also comes into Benedict Anderson's Imagined Communities, and how they basically got their own independence and their ability to rule directly and not be humiliated by the metropole, but basically nothing changed. And it did make me think, is Nigel Farage, is the Tories, the Tory party of I was going to say of England, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, the effectively, kind of Latin Creole aristocrats. Is that the correct historical analogy?
I prefer The Witch.
I think The Witch is better, actually, for the analogy.
Anyway, so talking about popes good and bad. Actually, I mean, one last anecdote. When the thing that struck most with me from, I think, history class from I was like 14 or 15 was this really annoying kind of piggy sort of girl in my class, and it was literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard said in a classroom, and stuck
Alex,
with me.
we will not have misogyny on this podcast.
They're.
Don't call women pigs.
But she was a
Don't call women pigs.
You know the horsey girls.
Don't
Everyone acknowledges
call-
that as being a type.
I
There's a
don't
piggy
accept,
girl.
I don't accept horsey girl either. It is very offensive.
But there's goatee guy Philip, goatee guy Philip.
As the father of a daughter, I will not sit here and listen
here
to
we go.
podcasters using animal references to refer to women or girls.
In any case, this was someone who was evidently kind of intellectually immature at the least, who, we were learning about the Renaissance popes and learning about the selling of indulgences and how corrupt it all was. And we were like, getting quite excited about learning the history and whatever, and people asking questions, whatever. And then she raised her hand and was a bit like, Mrs. Hoover. I mean, it might as well have been Ralph Wiggum, so it was like, Mrs. Hoover. Yes, Ralph, or yes, Piggy Girl. Apologies, but whatever. And then is the Pope good now? It was just like, what do you mean is the Pope good now? I'm not going to answer that for you. And what a fucking question is that? Is the Pope good? Can I believe in the Pope now? Are we allowed to like the Pope anymore?
Well, that is in fact relevant to the movie because
exactly. So let me introduce.
That it answers that question.
Well, let's see as we work through this. We were discussing Conclave recently, out a film about the election of a new pope, written for the screen by Peter Strahan and directed by Edgar Berger, who most recently directed the quite excellent All Quiet on the Western Front. The film is based on a novel by Robert Harris, which I haven't read, but reading a summary of that novel, it seems that the film sticks quite close to that novel. It stars Ray Fiennes, as I had to correct my wife yesterday, who said Ralph Fiennes, and I was like, actually, the Brit say it Ray Fiennes.
Actually, he's posh,
I can't explain,
so it's
why,
pronounced Ralph.
Fiennes is actually quite good.
Yeah, let's call him Ralph Fiennes just for our international listeners.
Who plays Cardinal Thomas Lawrence, who's I think a British cardinal. It's understood. Stanley Tucci in a supporting role, playing an American liberal cardinal called Aldo Bellini. Isabella Rossellini also features as a nun. I'm not sure she's given a name, and also there's another kind of supporting cast of whose names I haven't written down, so I can't tell you. But you can look this up if you need it. You have the internet. Let's get to the important stuff.
Just before that, though, I need to say something about Robert Harris, the author of the book on whom it's based. So this guy, he's quite well known in the UK. He's done a number of kind of novels, a few of which have been turned into either TV shows or movies. And I'm trying to describe. I mean, I don't want to prejudge what any of us might say. Right? I said either of us because I have a feeling that George and I might be bullying Alex on this one. But that aside,
I'm unbullyable.
That might be true. But Robert Harris. So how can I describe his kind of manner and effect to convey his what he stands for? So he's imagine Jeremy Corbyn, but a liberal Democrat.
What do you mean, like a Liberal Democrat Party UK, or like a liberal US
Democrat Party UK? So the weeniest kind of the vicar, with all this kind of British kind of middle class bluster and fluster and uptightness and primness, at the same time as having not even a shadow of some kind of claim to kind of a meaningful politics, but just very kind of I think the best thing to do here is probably to split the difference. That is basically Robert Harris.
Right,
you can imagine he was during Brexit, maybe Boris Johnson is going to launch a coup. He's very good friends with Peter Mandelson, complete slimeball kind of apparatchik of New Labour. So hopefully that gives you a sense of who the author is, and I hate to be the guy who, kind of judges the work by the author's biography or standard. But in this case, I think it might be merited. But I guess we'll come to it.
But that's useful.
Separate the art from the artist.
Is it
in
art?
fact, the worse someone's politics are, the better I like their art. So I
That might not be
that's how
true
open-minded
today.
I am.
Amazing, George, amazing.
Well, it's like that joke, like, oh, I used to like Morrissey, but then I heard his music.
Well, I don't like Robert Harris, so let's put it that way.
So is Robert Harris a Catholic, or is he a Methodist, or
Yeah, it's a good question.
or a Church of England?
Yeah, he has the same kind of, I don't know if he's Catholic. I guess Wikipedia is our friend here, but he certainly does. He has the demeanor of the weenie English vicar who thinks the Church of England should be Buddhist, basically. So.
Hi there, friends. This is the end of a sample from an episode available only to subscribers at patreon.com/bungacast. For $7 a month, subscribers get at least 4 original exclusive episodes a month, featuring Alex, George, and Phil, as well as our regular contributors, Alex Gurovich, Amberly Frost, Catherine New, and Lee Phillips. We've got episodes on current affairs, extended interviews, exclusive episodes on theory, history, culture, docuseries, analyses of film, and our responses to listeners' questions and criticisms. And for $12 a month, you also get access to the very special BungaCast Reading Club, where we present the key books and essays necessary for understanding the world today, how we got here, and where we might be going. Of course, if you just want to try us out, there's also a $3 entry tier giving you 1 exclusive episode a month. We do hope you'll join us. These are turbulent times, and ideologically confused ones as well. We tried to find some political clarity so that we might move beyond the age of bunga bunga.
Dakar ou Brasilia, go